welcome back to Stitch with Susie FlossTube. I am so happy that you have joined me today, and I hope you will enjoy this episode full of little things. I'm just going to talk a miniature. I'm going to share some that I've stitched. I've got a fantastic book review to share with you, and then some finished objects as well. If you are new here, I welcome you. I hope you will enjoy what you see and that it will encourage you to stitch and to discover new things and try new things. If you have been before, then welcome back. And I am really pleased that you've joined me again today. I am recording this episode in two parts. The reason why is that I want to give a few more days for the giveaway. So I will be promoting that over on my Instagram, and because this time next week I'll be just about to go off on holiday, so I didn't want to rush a recording for this episode. So I'm going to do the majority today. It's Sunday, the 24th of July, and then I will be filming the part of the giveaway next Sunday on the 31st, just before my departure. So let's get on. I want to share with you some of my WIPs. I've made some good progress on some, others I didn't share last time, so I hope you enjoy. The very first one is Owl Forest. It was a kit that I got for my birthday. The very first time I've ever bought a kit in my whole life. I've been stitching for 35 years. Usually it's because of cost. I've never been really in a position to kind of buy a kit, and then when I was in a position, I wasn't stitching so much, and then I always wanted to change the colors, or there was always a reason why I didn't buy a kit. But this time, just before Christmas, I spotted this kit on Owl Forest website, and just before, or just around the beginning of the war with Ukraine, I quickly ordered it. I'd asked my husband to get me that for my birthday, but actually I got it, he got it for me to stitch for him. He doesn't know that I'm stitching it for him. He loves it. So anyway, and I'm stitching it for his birthday, which is the 19th of August, but I don't know if I'll be able to finish it. But this is sorry, it was upside down. This is what I am stitching, and so far I have completed this central part and then these parts here and here. So let me show you. It's a beautiful, beautiful green. The fabric is even weave. I don't know what count, I didn't count it. And oh, sorry, I've made this board for it to stick on, but then it's a little bit big. So this is as far as I have got. All the threads are variegated. Sorry, variegated. So there are two greens, one which is a blue green, and then one. Oh, I am so sorry. My board doesn't work, obviously. It's supposed to stick. Right. Take two. So the greens here are all all the threads are variegated. So there's a green that has kind of blue tones, and then a green that has more yellowy tones. Here the white has got some bluey and grey and a little bit of ecru, all mixed in. Here for the black currants is there's bluey and purple, and then the red is, well, it just varies from kind of a brighter red to it's like kind of purpley mauvey colour, and then more pink, as you can see here. So it's really pretty. And so this, I've done one corner, so it's going to be all this. So there's still quite a lot to stitch, and I don't know if I'll have it done by his birthday, but it doesn't really matter, even if it's not really ready for his birthday. He'll love it, and he really enjoys watching the progress on this. So this is kind of the one I'm working on most, and that's yeah, it's an even weave. It's quite a loose weave, which I prefer tight weaves, but I'm really enjoying trying something different, and also doing it all with variegated thread. So that's a stretching, that's me stretching my kind of my knowledge, and kind of learning to use different fabrics and different threads. They're still based on DMC, but they're variegated, and they're their own dyeing. It's not they're not DMC variegated ones. It's just based on the thread, so the quality of the thread is really good, but then the colors are just completely different. So that's my first WIP. So let's see if the board plays game this time. So this is Narnia. It's not playing game. I don't know how people do it. I'm gutted. I really hoped that it would stick. This is the second one, my second WIP that I wanted to share with you. It's the Narnia SAL. I had planned to continue stitching over springtime, but I lost it. It was in the tray with the threads, and I did a big tidy up, and this one was in a hoop, and then after the tidy up I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was really puzzled because I haven't taken it out of the house. It's not as if I'd left it on the train, or you know, kind of lost it at work or anything like that. And I thought, well, it will turn up. I looked everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And then a few, maybe even a couple of months later, I was going through, I have a drawer where I keep all the hoops that I have stitched. So if I have to take them out for photography or anything, they're just handies. So I went in there, I was looking for one particular hoop, and I found this. So I'd put this with my finished works, so I was really pleased to have found it again. So that is the piece that was lost and now has been found. And I'm going to be able to resume using it. Oh, not using it. I'll be able to resume stitching it. So this is stitched on 25 Laguna, and it's really fine. I am stitching it 2 threads over 1, so it makes it quite dense, which I really like, and the colours come through really well. And so those of you who are familiar with the Narnia SAL, there are kind of 2 columns here of this kind of ombre, so with purples and blues and yellow, and then here is the scene of Mr. Tumnus with the umbrella and I forgot the name, last time I had the same problem, not lampshade, this is ridiculous, lamppost, silly me. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to stitching on that. So I'm going to alternate between this one and the Owl Forest one with the berries, and I'll be taking this on the plane to stitch as well. So I'm hoping that by the end of August this will also be a finished product, finished stitch, so that I can show you the progress on this. But I've done it on white, and I think it's really pretty, so I'm just kind of showing it. I keep talking and then I move it back gradually. I really love the ombre here. I think I've said it before, but if it's the first time you've watched, then that's fine. Yeah, so really a very pretty pattern, and that's by the Stitching Book Club. The next one I want to update you on, and I shared this with you last time, was the 3 little pigs. Now, I still have not decided what I'm going to do with the House of Straw, because I've added a section by mistake and I didn't stitch it kind of from the bottom up. I stitched it from one side to the other. So if I was to remove one section to allow for the full pattern, it would I would have to undo it all. And I made a mistake last time. I said that this was on hardanger, on 22 count hardanger. It's not. It's also 25, like the Narnia SAL. It's 25 count Laguna, and I'm stitching two threads over one. But look at how cute the little pig is with his net and his butterflies. And I had to show it to you. I had to share it with you, because he is just so cute. And then here is a house of bricks, and then you've got the 3 little pigs on that one. I still haven't changed this thing sticking out of his mouth isn't a tongue or anything. It's 2 threads of like where he's blowing the house down, but that's too thick, so I'm going to remove that and do with just 1 thread, so it's a bit thinner. But it's really pretty. I love the colours, and I can't wait to show you next time when I've, you know, kind of made more progress on it. I was really obsessed with it when I started it, and then I thought, oh, I'm just going to do it really quickly, but then with the mistake here, it's like, oh. But I thought I will encourage myself by stitching the little pig. So there you go. So that's the progress on this one. The next piece that I am going to share with you, my last little WIP for this section, is to introduce the book that I want to review and share with you. This is a pattern. It's a little silhouette, like Victorian silhouettes. They did a lot. Oh, sorry, the thread is coming here. So it's all in black. This is on 40 count, 1/1. I went a little bit crazy. I do stitch in the morning with good light, and before I've had any screen time, because otherwise my eyes go fuzzy. But this black one has been a really real challenge, because it's all black. There's no kind of, it's easy to miss stitches. So here you'll have a little dress, but I will show it to you in the book review that is coming next. This one I am stitching for my sister for her birthday, and I hope I can find a really kind of fairly small frame that will make it look very cute. Now, she loves plants, and she's been doing a lot more gardening, like on her, she lives in Sicily. So her garden, it's not a garden like we have here in England. It's like a huge terrace, and so she does mainly succulents and the plants that grow really well in Sicily. But she has just really developed that love of it, and she's able to do it. She has ME, so she's very limited physically, but that is something that has given her much joy. And so I wanted to stitch that for her birthday, which is also in August, before my husband's, but I'm going to see her after. So I'll get there with all my stitching for birthdays. So that's the last of my WIPs for today, and we're now on to the book review. So see you in a second. Before I continue with the book review, I just wanted to say, if you're really enjoying this episode, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, FlossTube videos, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so that when a new video comes out, you get notified and you don't miss an episode. So, for those of you who are new, I am a librarian by profession, and I love books. You don't have to be a librarian to love books, but I suggested right from the beginning, if you were interested, that I could do little kind of mini book reviews, stitchy book reviews mostly, or at least books that had to do with textile. And the one that I want to talk about is this one, Exquisite Miniatures. if you've been on Instagram, on my Instagram in the last few weeks, you will have seen that I have stitched also a few mini things, micro stitches that I'm sharing with you after the book review. I've got a little collection of little things, and I thought, well, it's on the theme. Why not share about this book? This book is by Brenda Keys. She is the one who is the business owner of the Sampler Company. If you haven't been on the website, do go. She has several books and very, very beautiful samplers, and kind of more of a traditional sampler, but she has, it's just exquisite. Everything is exquisite, just like the title, actually. And this book is really handy. Gives good explanations. It's well illustrated as well, but good explanation as to how to, with one pattern, you can do different sizes, and that's by the size of the fabric and the threads that you use, of course. And I'm just going to give you an example. These two are exactly the same pattern. Apologies, this one isn't finished. This one is finished, but this one isn't. And I put it in the hoop just for size and to compare the size. This one is stitched on the 16 count Aida, 2 threads, and then this one is 34 count and 1 thread. I haven't framed it properly so you can see thread behind, but that's not really the point. It's just to show you how the same pattern on different fabrics can look actually quite different. Here the little reindeer is quite like wide, and here he's quite stretched, elongated. So yeah, that's linen and that is Aida, 16 count, 34 count. And basically this book talks about how you can reduce the sizes and have different sizes of different patterns. Now is one of the illustrations and how her frames are up on the wall, and this is the one that I'm stitching for my sister. So that's I've just got to finish the skirt, but you can see how very pretty these picture frames are displayed. And for every project, I'll show you the one that I'm doing. So this Victorian silhouette. So you've got the illustration, and then the title, all the details that you need, and then here in the frame, and how and what she used to frame the different projects. So some she painted the frame, others she added some gold leaf and just to bring it in style. And then you have the charts here. This is where I'm at, so I've just used washi tape. Yeah, just kind of different options. So it's a really good book for some very beautiful projects. I'm showing you the cover, so here at the back, some of the same ones as I showed you, and here is the front cover. So if you're into miniatures and you don't really maybe have the confidence to do it, try and get hold of this book, because it is full of information and it really gives you the confidence to go ahead and try and produce your own miniatures, you know, and impress everybody in your family. Not only are you doing cross stitch, which is an absolutely wonderful thing in itself, but then you're doing mini cross stitch, and that is, you know, kind of, oh, did you really stitch that? And they make also very, very beautiful gifts. People, whenever I've gifted something that is miniature, people have really, really appreciated it. So I will pop the ISBN number and the details about this book. So here you go, and I hope you enjoyed this little stitchy book review. FFOs. Yes, I'm not very good at it, but I have got a few to show you today. Now, most of them are completely finished. There is one that isn't quite finished. It's finished stitching, but I haven't quite finished it. But I'm going to show you what is going to, how it's going to be done. Now, I have a little micro collection of stitching that I have got in tiny little frames, and this is one that I'm going to be adding to that collection. Now, look at how tiny this is. I'm trying to get as close as possible. It's little crows, and this is how it is going to be framed, and little flowers. So it is stitched on a 40 count. It's a linen. I don't know if it's Zweigart or not. It's kind of this natural colour. This was from my stash of fabrics that I had from a very long time ago, and I never kept the labels. I'd pull them out and then stack them up, and I never knew what they were. But now I don't do that. I'm a good girl now. But this is how it's going to finish, and the design is by Debbie Ramsey from Cottage Designs in Australia, and this pattern comes, I mean, it had like an alphabet over just above the crows and the flowers, but I just took the bottom design and stitched it on here, and Debbie has designed that for the Smalls issue of Down the Rabbit Hole magazine, for which I have designed, I spoke about this in my last episode, episode 4, and the next episode I will be able to show you, I think the next episode, or maybe the one after, I will be able to show you my spring collection that I designed for the magazine. It depends if it has been released by the time I do my next episode. Anyway, so I will put the link if you like this pattern. It's really pretty. You don't have to stitch it this small. I just like to. It's just I'm going through that phase at the moment, and this is to add to my micro collection, which I am going to show you right now. So this is experimenting that I've done the last couple of years, so I've kind of gradually improved and used different fabrics, and I have this collection that I did for like tiny little houses and little scenes, like with a tree or with sheep. I'm going to show you now, and I've got several more that I want to stitch. These are stitched on, this one is stitched on 16 count, so you can see here 16 count Ada. So you've got the little sheep. Sorry, I'm just gonna stop moving. Little sheep, and then flowers on the side of the house and at the front, and the sheep are in a little pen with a fence around. So this was the first one that I designed. Then this one has got, so this is also a tiny one, so that's got, like, I would say like poplar trees. I think they're poplar trees, and a little blue car, and again flowers at the front. So this is on 18 count, I think, or maybe this is on 14. Sorry, I think this is 14. I should have counted before. 14 count and then 16 count. That's it. So these are two of a collection, a full collection. I think I've got 6 or 7, and I will be stitching these up gradually. Now, these are not, the patterns are not available yet. I am waiting to stitch them all up so I can photograph them together and put all the patterns in a booklet. These booklets are being done as kind of in the background, behind the scenes. So I will announce when different booklets of different collections are ready for you to get in my Etsy shop. So these are the first 2 of this collection, and then this was one that I did on a spare piece of linen. I haven't counted what count it is, but you can see how small it is, and it just says Noël, and a back stitch, and the umlaut, the 2 dots on the E of Noël are just what do you call them? French knots. So you can see, actually, I'm going to take my ring off. It's really tiny. So this is my ring, and this is the little frame. Oops, sorry, so small that I can't even hold it properly. Yeah, so there you go. My fingers are not very big either. So it's really quite cute, and I just want to add more to this micro collection. So that's why the little crow one, and I will frame it in this one. Now we're going to go just a little bit bigger, and this is a stitch that I showed you last time, but it wasn't finished, and I have now finished it. And it's this one, and this one is the free pattern from Al Forest embroidery on the website. It's a free download, and it's fairy tale houses. This is one of the winter ones, the house of Died Moroz, which is Father Frost, equivalent of your of our Santa here. And I backed it. So this is my first experiment with a little cushion, and I backed it with felt. It's wool felt, so it's quite nice to handle, and I stitched it all around by hand, and then I kind of cut the fabric and then stuffed it, and then put this little label. I've seen it done. I think it was Laurie Holt. I think she did that. She did a collection, and I also saw Hello from Liz Matthews, who did that on one of her patterns, and I thought, oh, that would be really nice. I actually really like it. I think I might, I don't know, I'll maybe add something, but I've got this quite a few of these lovely old-fashioned buttons that I can use, so that will go in a bowl. I don't know what kind of bowl. I've still got to find one, or maybe my son will make one, because he loves making bowls and out of wood, so maybe I can ask him for one for Christmas, and then that will go in there. So I'm really proud. This is one of the skills that I wanted to develop. I want to try other kinds of cushions as well, different finishes, but this was kind of the one that I thought would be the easiest, and the one to give me confidence, on my journey of little cushions. So that's the end of my smalls collection for now. And next is the announcement of the giveaway winner. It is now Sunday, the 31st of July, and the giveaway for FlossTube episode 4 has come to an end. I have now got a winner for the giveaway, and I just want to remind you what it was. It was a kit with a 6-inch hoop on 16 count Aida and monochrome thread, well, one color thread. Of course, the pattern. And the winner, so I've done it on a random YouTube picker thingy bob. I'm forgetting the proper name, but it doesn't matter. You know, if you've entered giveaways before, you know how it works. And the winner is Deli's Designs. I will read. So lovely to sit and listen to you chat all about your beautiful creations. It's amazing how some of them look like paintings. I spoke to you about how much I love that chicken's design. So cute. Good luck, everyone. Also, I just finished watching the video, and how exciting. The designs are beautiful, and that referred to the magazine entry that I did for Down the Rabbit Hole, and I announced it on my last video. So thank you for everyone who entered. I plan to do giveaways on a regular basis. This was the very first time that I've done one on YouTube. I've done one over on Instagram a few months back maybe. Oh, I can't remember. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you for entering and for following. I hope that you're not too disappointed. If you really like this pattern, the kits will be back available in October, on the 1st of October, but the pattern is available on in my Etsy shop. So I'm going to pop the link in the description below, and also there's a 15% off for the whole month of August on all my patterns in my Etsy shop. So happy shopping, happy stitching, and I will that's it for today, and I will see you again at the end of August for the next episode. So thank you so much for joining in, for the thumbs up, for all your encouragement, your beautiful comments. It's really heartwarming. I thank you very much. Okay, bye. So that's all for me, from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Just a reminder, do like the episode if you've enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe so as not to miss the next one. And I will see you on the other side of my holiday. We're going to be in the States for a couple of weeks in South Carolina, visiting my parents-in-law and my sisters-in-law and their families. It's the first time since before the pandemic, so it's been 3.5 years since we've seen them, so we're very excited, hoping that our flights don't get cancelled or anything, that it's a trouble-free trip, and then hopefully next time I will still have a nice tan from having laid down on the beach. So until next time, enjoy your stitching, and check out the links below in the description for any freebies, anything. I've listed the different parts. Happy stitching, and have a wonderful rest of your holiday, and I will speak to you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.